Good afternoon. This video we're going to talk about today is going to be our bridle fitting. Now, we were outside earlier with the horses. We do have a cold front that came in. We're not able to get to the horses because they are not reacting very well to the winds and the snow that's coming on right now. I know it looks sunny out here, which is great, but that cloud in the background you can't see is completely black, and that's what we're facing right now. So we're going to talk about the bridle fitting, how we put it on, what's important about it, why we do what we do. We're going to talk about the importance of what it goes on and why it goes on. First, we're going to talk about checking for the right fit. What does that mean? Well, we want to make sure that it fits correctly over the horse's head and ears. We want to make sure that the cheek pieces are not too tight, that it fits correctly so it's not sitting too high on their nose or too low on their nose. For those who have nose pieces, this one is not. The one I'm demonstrating right now is just for our basic Western that we use for, goes over the ears. We don't use this one currently on our horses because we've got two horses that have ear issues, and so anything around the ears, they're not happy campers, so we don't use this one. Use more of a Hackamore for them. But the importance of making sure the crown piece works and fits the best, right? Making sure the bit location, and that when it goes up high in the cheekbones or high in the mouth, we're not going to the back without any issues. We're not gagging them. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. It fits well in their jawline. So demonstrating how we can change that. Let's say it's too tight. We can always loosen it up by moving this strap out, setting it down further to elongate the piece, and then of course that's a piece that will go on both sides. So we have straps and buckles on both sides to make sure they're even, make sure the cheek pieces fit the same way on both sides. And then we will also want to make sure that the position and tightness of the nose piece, which this one does not have one, but we want to go across the brow band or the nose piece to make sure around their ears that we have, this is our brow band or ear piece here. We don't have any issues with those guys. So that way when it attaches underneath the throat latch, as we put it on the horse's head, that this is not too tight around their neck and around the throat. And then we want to make sure that the part of the ears and the headband of the nose, the headband itself or nose band, which we don't have again on here, is not too tight. But also we want to make sure it fits properly so it doesn't rub on the horse's ears. That can cause irritation, that can cause problems, they can get a little loosey. If you're riding and that's causing an issue, they can be upset about that, and that can cause injury to the horse or to you if they freak out for any reason, something that's a foreign object to them and it's causing irritation to a vital part like the ears. If you had on glasses that were too tight, or if you wore a hat that was too low and it was causing a problem, you'd want to readjust that to make sure it doesn't hurt you as well. Same thing with the horses, but they can't readjust it. You have to make sure it fits when you first get out there. Because as you're riding and it starts moving around, the head starts turning, it's going to start rubbing in certain spots, and they don't want that to happen. So you have to make sure that it fits well before you start, okay? Throat latch, again, not too tight to make sure that when it's underneath their throat line by their jowls, it's not rubbing, it's not causing irritation. We don't want it to just fall off, obviously, but we want to make sure it's loose enough where they can move their head up and down as need be, drink water, eat grass, whatever you have them do. If you stop and pull this down, we don't want to lose too much of that issue for them, okay? And then again, adjusting it once you need to. Once it's on the horse, you can adjust as need by the basic buckles, just sliding the ends properly in and out as they need to, clasping. And again, making sure they fit. When you're done, I always make sure that my clips go back in. Like if I was putting on a belt, to make sure it goes in the belt holder itself, so it's not just a flappy piece, because that can cause irritation. It can spook the horse if they don't know what's going on. That can be a little bit of an issue for them, so we want to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so these are the kind of things we look for. These kind of things we work on to make sure that they fit our horses. I cannot do our horses today, unfortunately. It's been this way for the last week. It's been causing some problems for us weather-wise. We were able to do a grooming video earlier showing you outside, getting them strapped up for that, but they were not going to stand for anything else. It's been kind of irritating, and the winds get high out here. And again, the weather is very cold, so they're not happy about that. So I guess that's my fault for taking a class in the middle of winter. All right, there you go, boys.